guys, so today I am going to show you guys my current everyday makeup look that you may have seen a few times on my like Instagram stories and stuff like that. And it's also the kind of look I just wore while I was away in the Maldives, because when I was over there it was super hot. I was just chilling out, relaxing on holiday, and obviously like, well, I don't know if it's obvious, but for me when I'm on holiday and traveling and stuff, I can't really all the time be bothered doing like full-on makeup. So my current everyday makeup look is quite simple, so it's quick, easy, not too many layers, you know, like it was just good for the Maldives because they didn't want to wear too much makeup. Long story short, this is my current everyday makeup routine that I'm going to be showing you today. I went back on my like Instagram stories just so I could pull the information of what I wore while I was in the Maldives. So as you guys know, I went over there with Benefit Cosmetics to celebrate a new mascara they launched, which I've talked about a few times, well twice on my channel and a couple times on my social media. All very exciting. I just hope you guys enjoy this video. I haven't done an updated like current everyday makeup look in a little while, so yeah, this is basically just my go-to. Going out for dinner with my friends or hanging out on the weekend or whatever. So I've already got my foundation on because I am doing a first impression on the LA Girl Pro Matte Long Wear Matte Foundation, so that'll be out soon. Okay, next up I am going to quickly fill in my eye. Actually, I should probably conceal and do my powder. Today for my concealer, I'm going to use my Light 2 Vanilla. This is usually my like go-to. I also love my ColourPop under eye concealer. I've been using that a lot lately. This is the one I wore in the Maldives, I'm pretty sure. It was like 2 or 3 weeks ago now, so I'm like trying to rack my brain, but anyway, so I just like to use it with like a paddle brush or a sponge and just apply that under my eyes. This is the shade Vanilla Light 2. I don't know if I already said that already. It's just so smooth and lightweight, and I really like the coverage. It just really brightens up my under eye area. You can see the difference hopefully. And I just find like it doesn't look too much for every day, like it's not too heavy or cakey or anything like that. So yeah, this is one of my go-tos. And then for my foundation, like over in the Maldives, I did use the Huda Beauty foundation. Every single day I kind of switch it up, like I just wear whatever foundation I feel like using. I don't really have like a go-to everyday foundation. Comment down below and let me know what your go-to everyday foundation is, like if you have one. So I'd be quite interested to hear, because yeah, I don't really use the same thing every day. Okay, now my skin is looking a little bit more even because my under eyes are not purple anymore. We're going to powder, and I always pretty much use my either MAC Studio Fix powder or my Cover FX pressed powder. Those are like my go-tos for every day. So I'm going to use the Cover FX one today. This one is in the shade G20. And I just really like this because it adds a little bit of coverage, and it just makes my skin look really nice and smooth, and it makes the foundation last all day long, so I don't have to like touch up or anything. And also while I was over in the Maldives and I was like super sweaty and stuff, like it just seemed to help to hold my foundation on really well. And on an everyday basis I also use setting spray, but I'm not going to do that today because I'm doing a first impression. But the one I took over to the Maldives was this one here, the Skindinavia Oil Control Makeup Finishing Spray, because it really helped to keep my makeup on while I was sweating my butt off. Setting spray for me is like super essential, like for everyday wear. It just makes my makeup look nicer and sit on nicer, like sit on my skin nicer, last better. But yeah, today I'm just gonna not wear it because I want to see how the foundation performs without one. But yeah, that's normally what I would do every day. So that's basically the everyday base done. I do need to set my concealer, and my favorite one for every day. Sometimes I skip this step, but I usually regret it because usually I'll get at least a little bit of creasing without an under eye setting powder. This one's the Locket by Kat Von D in the shade Petal. Yes, there are more declutters coming very soon, you guys. I'm definitely gonna put out one next week. They're like next on my list to film, and I'm excited. I love this under eye setting powder. It makes your under eye area look like a baby's bottom, and it's so finely milled that it doesn't go cakey or crusty. Can't even describe to you how good this is. If you have not tried it yet, please try it. I know it's such a boring product to spend your money on, but it has changed my life. So the contour and highlight I took, and the contour and highlight I was wearing was this, and I've been using this again on my channel recently. I used to use this all the time back in the day because I was just so obsessed with it, and then I stopped using it for a while. Now I'm back to it because it's so good. I also used a little bit of Hoola because when I arrived in the Maldives, they had like a whole makeup bag full of makeup, so I used some Hoola on that day as well. So I might do that today. Like I'll just recreate that look because on an everyday basis I always use use some kind of bronzer and contour because I just don't like the way my makeup looks if I don't contour anymore. I'm just so used to contouring that if I don't contour, I feel like my face looks like a big potato. So this is the exact hoola I received over in the Maldives, and hoola is definitely a really good bronzer. It's not really something I use on an everyday basis. For me, hoola is more for like clubbing or contouring, or if I want like a really dramatic bronze look. So that's what it looks like just there. And then a couple of my other like favorites for everyday. Of course, my Hourglass bronzer, which looks like this. This is Radiant Bronze Light, and the reason I like this for an everyday look is it's got a little bit of a glow to it. So you apply it and it doesn't just look completely matte. So it still gives you a little bit of like natural finish, like it still looks like skin. And then for the same reason as this one here, which is broken, but this is the Givenchy, what are these called? Healthy Glow Powder, that's right, by Givenchy, yeah. And this is like a favorite for the exact same reason. It's quite sheer and buildable, and it just looks really natural on your face. So this is another one I do reach for quite often on just like an everyday basis in my real life. Not my online video life. So any bronzer that is your favorite obviously is going to work. I just love bronzer for every day because it just gives my face a little bit more shape, makes it look a little bit healthier. I don't know, it just brightens up my complexion a bit and gives me some dimension. So I'm just taking a bronzer brush and I'm just going to apply a very small amount at once. I don't want to dig into too much of it because it's very pigmented. I just want to apply a little bit at once and then build. I like to put it just around my temples, cheeks. I actually like put my bronzer on my cheeks for every day because I don't really use blush on an everyday basis. I use bronzer instead just to give some colour. So just over the cheeks, you can see I'm doing a million layers. I always put it straight on the top of my nose every day because it makes my nose look smaller, and then I go back in and like put some highlighter on it to make it look less weird, because right now it just looks like I've got a brown nose in the middle of my pale face. Honestly as well, like when I normally do this look on an everyday basis, it takes me between 10 and 20 minutes depending on how careful I'm being and if I do like any extra steps or anything. So it's really quick just for like slapping on in the morning. I used to be all about eyeshadow and everything, but this look is more focusing on lips because I don't know, I've just been so obsessed with trying out lots of different lip colors lately, especially quite bold lip colors, like where I would normally do nude with like a brown smoky eye or something. Lately I've been doing less on my eyes and just focusing on the lips, and then doing lots of lashes. Like if I go back before the Maldives, here's another little example of a bold lip look with like less eyeshadow. I've got a little bit more eyeshadow on there. That's an example of more like 20 to 30 minute makeup because I did a little bit more. Here's another example using like a red lip. Like this is exactly like my everyday kind of look right there. So once the bronzer is on, I'm just going to contour now. Sometimes I contour first, sometimes I contour after the bronzer. It doesn't really matter. I just do whatever I feel like doing that day. I like to bring the contour color just here on the side of my head, and I kind of put it on the beginning of my cheekbones to try and make my face, not my skin, make my face look a little bit more like that way. Hopefully you guys pick up some kind of tip and trick during this video, but probably not because it's just very simple. But I'm trying to explain everything the best way I can. I always go a little bit just under my lip just to really make my bottom lip look full and pouty. And then highlighter, like I said, I was using this one just here, which is such a pretty one. It's actually quite intense, but it's so finely milled that it doesn't look too shimmery on your cheekbones. Like it's definitely one of my favorite ones to go for when I want something more intense. So I'm just popping some on and then I'll blend it out. I'm gonna slap some on that brow bone, then just kind of buff it in a little bit. And I just think it looks really nice on my skin tone. So obviously if you're recreating this kind of look for your everyday, trying it out, you could just use whatever your favorite highlighter is. But you know, it's another thing I kind of experiment with. Some days I'll just go for like one of my XO Beauty highlighters, which is a little bit more like glowy rather than intense. I'd usually use more of an intense one if it's like nighttime, like if I'm going out for like a dinner or a BYO or something. Oh my god, there's a huge spider out my window again. It's in the same place as that other video. Oh my god, you should see how fast it just moved. It grabbed something out of its web and then it just like gapped it. Oh, that's terrifying. They're so quick. So just going like that, and then any leftover on my brush, I just kind of whip it above my eyebrow, and I don't know why, just like my skin to look quite glowy. So, and maybe hair too, but usually I end up overdrawing my top lip and it just covers half of it anyway. Some days I'll even like use a cream or something. I kind of just like kind of stick to the appearance of this look, you know, like bold lips, at least on the eyes, but then I'll experiment with different products on an everyday basis. I don't always use the exact same products. Apart from in my everyday life, I always use the same eyeshadow, which please don't get angry at me because I know I've used this in 2 previous videos, like was it last week? Okay, so Shaaanxo palette, and let me stress this to you, this eye makeup that I do on an everyday basis is literally like not even worth showing you pretty much because it's so easy. So you do not have to use this palette. You can use any neutral palette that you have. I'm just using what I used in this photo, which was this. I take this every single time I travel or go anywhere because it's just got everything I love in it. One of my favorite brushes to use is a firm blender brush, and I'm taking the shade Need You on it, this one just here, and I also take a little bit of Bestie. So I just mix these two together. I'm just going to apply that to my eyelid and blend that through the crease, and I just find by like smacking a color just all over the eyelid and into the crease, it's just like a really easy eye look that takes like literally no effort and you can't really screw it up. The only thing you have to do is just make sure that both eyes look even. So there you go. You can use anything, but I just like the undertone of this color in particular, and yeah, it's just what I use, but this is definitely the color I kind of go for on a most of the time basis. Does that make sense? And I find that just doing some simple eyeshadow makes my lashes really stand out too, which is what I want when I do a bold lip. And because on an everyday basis lately I haven't really been doing lashes, and if I have, I've just done like half lashes, so I want my eyelashes to obviously still stand out alone without using huge falsies. Like, don't get me wrong, if I'm using this look for nighttime, sometimes I'll add falsies. Just during the day and stuff, I'm just like, meh, can't be bothered, which is very unlike me, I know, because usually I wear falsies like every day of my life. And then I also used that color right underneath, and I do this sometimes. Just depends on my mood if I do the under eyelash line or not. And then I used a little bit of shimmer on my brow bone and inner corner. So for my brow bone, I'm taking the shade Island Glow, which was very fitting for the Maldives, and this is one of the colors I use on a most of the time basis. I still need to do my eyebrows, I just realized. This is just a pencil brush. I'm just putting that right underneath, and it goes really nicely with that Charlotte Tilbury highlighter. You could just use your highlighter as your brow bone shade too. And then from memory, I think I use this on my inner corner. I don't do this on an every single day basis. Usually I'll just use like the brow bone highlight on my inner corner. In this picture, it was a lot more intense, so pretty sure this is what I used from memory. I'm just like having a look here. This is Gold Goddess by Stila, and it is the Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadow. I'm just putting a little bit on that inner corner and then just kind of putting it right next, like underneath, just here, underneath my tear duct, just to brighten up my look a little bit, and because Hamish loves it, so I always do it for him. And then for my eyebrows, I used my Ka-Brow by Benefit, which is one of my all-time favorite brow products. You guys have seen me use this how many times on my channel? Like probably like 100 times. I use the shade 3, which is a little bit darker than my hair, just because I like my eyebrows to stand out a little bit and look a little bit deeper. I just love the look of this, and it's really easy to use. Like, some pomades you can put on way too much, whereas this one, it's like a lot more buildable. You can get a very natural or a very full-on look with it, which I can appreciate that. And that is one done, so do the other as well, unless you want to rock this look for some reason. Who knows, maybe it's going to be the next brow trend. What are your guys' thoughts on those weird like fishtail eyebrows? Sometimes I think they look kind of cool, and then other times I'm like, no. But that is the beauty of makeup, isn't it? This is just an eyebrow groomer brush, by the way. The brush that comes with this is actually really good too. Mine's just filthy. It's just really tiny, but it's really good if you like are just traveling. Like, I've used it plenty of times and it works really good. So I'm just going to moisturize my lips while I do my mascara. So we're almost done. That's almost completely it. In that picture I was wearing Roller Lash by Benefit, which is my favorite mascara by Benefit. By far, I love it. It makes my eyelashes look so curly, in fact. But today I'm going to use and show the Bad Gal Bang by Benefit, which is definitely a close second. It's definitely right behind this for me. I prefer this to their Real, even though most people like rate their Real super high. I like their Real, but I just can't be bothered removing it. I'm really lazy with the removal. This one also just stays on so well. I think it stays on for like 36 hours. That's what the marketing says, and I would not disagree with that. Like, I mean, I wouldn't try to say that they're lying, because seriously, I wore this over in the Maldives and didn't remove it properly, and it was on my eyes for ages, like through swimming as well. So when I do use this, I do have to use like an oil, like oily cleanser. You know those like oily moussey things you put on to remove your eye makeup? That's what I use when I use this. I don't just use my face halo because otherwise it sticks on your eyes. It does not come off. It is so like there. Whereas I find for me, roller lash comes off nice and easily for me with just like any makeup remover, face halo or whatever, which is my favorite type of mascara just because I'm lazy when it comes to removal, to be quite honest. So that's one of the reasons it comes behind roller lash for me. I still really like the effect it gives my eyelashes, and I feel like I'm liking it more the more the formula dries out a little bit. You know, sometimes when you first open up your mascara and it's quite wet, like I'm that kind of person that likes it after a few weeks when it's been like sitting in my drawer. So yeah, 36-hour wear. It's water resistant, which I unintentionally tested, which is very true. It is definitely very water resistant. It also has aero particles in it, which is like the really exciting part, I guess, for the launch of this. Bag Out Bang, you know how they used all of the marketing to do with like astronauts and space? It's because it's the first ever mascara to use aero particles, which is space technology basically. It's just like super lightweight. So this is the brush in case you haven't, I'm sure you guys have all seen it by now, and if you saw my last video, but I'm just showing you again. I'm going to do one eye and show you the difference. I use so many different mascaras on an everyday basis. Sometimes I use roller lash, sometimes I've just got so many in my drawer. I don't really have like a solid go-to at the moment. I've just been using heaps of different ones, which is really bad because I've got like 10 different mascaras open in my drawer right now. But to be honest, I really have been reaching for this one kind of frequently lately. I even used it when I did like a little Instagram tutorial, and like that wasn't sponsored or anything. The only thing with this one, I feel like one coat is best because if you layer it too much, I find personally, I don't know about anyone else, but I find personally it can get a bit spidery. So I just try to work slowly and just do one coat rather than slap on multiple coats. Biggest thing for me is the fact that this makes my eyelashes look so long. So comment down below and let me know if you've picked this up yet, because I have seen in some beauty groups I'm in, people have been talking about this, and I've seen a lot of people saying that it's like the new holy grail. So I want to hear from you guys down below. Let me know if you've tried it. Give us your honest opinion. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Because I've heard so many good things about it so far. Interested to hear from you. So that's one coat. And I like to do my bottom lashes too, but I wait till I've done both of my eyes so there's less product on the brush, otherwise it makes my eyelashes too long and I have to like clean up under my eyes because it's just like super lengthening. My eyelashes are like stuck together, like they're all knotted up. This is what happens sometimes when I use Revita Lash, because my lashes go out of control long and thick, and then I put on mascara and stuff, but my eyelashes are so long they get all like tangled up. It's so weird. I need to like brush them before I put on my mascara. So with this mascara on my bottom lashes, I kind of just base it on the root, then drag it down a little bit because otherwise they're too long, like I said. No. Taxi! Story of my life. Okay, I'm just gonna continue and then we'll clean that up at the end. Again, I've been using so many XO Beauty lipsticks lately, but I did use an XO Beauty lipstick on this day. I wore Carpe Diem, which is a liquid lipstick, and I wore it on top of one of my new lip liners, so I'm going to show you how that looks so you can see the look, and then I'm going to show you a different brand if you don't like XO Beauty or you don't want to buy from XO Beauty or whatever your opinion is, that's fine. I'll just give you another option because I have been using so many XO Beauty lipsticks in my videos lately. I'm well aware, I'm so sorry as well. It's literally just because I'm so excited about all the new colors I've released lately. So I've just been like dedicated to wearing them all because I just love them all so much. I need to try and use other lipsticks on my channel. I'm really sorry about that. It's just, I'm obsessed with them. So I'll show you how the XO Beauty one looks first. You can skip fast forward through if you want, but yeah, this is what I wore and I'm obsessed with the combination. This is Kelly Lip Pencil. This is a beautiful deep purpley brownie, but not really brown. It's a really pretty color. And then Carpe Diem's like this kind of mauvey, purpley, lilac-y, like really unique shade. It looks like this. So just so you know, if you do already own Carpe Diem, another really good lip pencil for when we launch them. I'll do a video when I launch them, so those of you who are interested in seeing swatches, you can watch it, because when I did my last lip swatch video for XO Beauty lipsticks, you guys did want to see the lip pencils, so I will be doing that, just so you know. Carpe Diem looks really good, just so you know. with Tracy as well, but I wanted a deeper, more bold lip with Carpe Diem when I was away, so I paired it up with a deeper lip pencil underneath. And then Carpe Diem right on top, just a little bit, because I wanted it to dry quite matte, and the more you put on, the more creamy it's going to dry down, because this dries down to like a creamy matte, so therefore if you use a really small amount, it's just going to dry mostly matte, whereas if you put on too much, it's not going to dry down too much. It's just, you know, so I like to say start with a little bit, because it's so pigmented. And that is the lip color I was wearing. Here obviously it looks a lot more matte because it's dry. You can see my lips are more of like a creamy matte finish now. So that is that look. I'm gonna go find a like alternative to this lip color and just show you how that looks next. But yeah, that's the XO Beauty lip. That's exactly what I was wearing that day, and it is one of my favorite combos. Actually, wait on a second, because I should probs show you the hair too. So I'm really not good at hair. I'm very lazy, and I found this new like hairstyle which I get lots of compliments on, which is always lovely, and it's super easy, and it's really good when my hair's like dirtyish. Like today I needed to wash it today, but I couldn't be bothered, so I'm washing it tomorrow, and it's the perfect hairstyle to kind of pair up with this. So I'm using dry shampoo. Normally I use my Batiste, it's my favorite. That's what I used over in the Maldives, because I have the little travel size ones, but I'm trying this out. So far I still like Batiste better, so whatever. But this one here is the Goldwell Curaçao Repower. So you guys know the drill. Just add a little bit. This one is good though, because it doesn't go white. You know, some of the Batiste ones can look real white. So just massage it in. And I like to do this as well just to get a little bit of like texture in my hair, so that it doesn't look perfectly like slicked back when I put it into the little low bun. I kept trying to wear my hair like this in the Maldives as well, but like every time I do my hair like this, I would like go on the boat and the wind would just push it out, so it was a disaster for that. But it's still a really cute hairstyle. So I just have it really loose, if you can see, with some bits down. So it's very simple. I've got an XO Beauty hair tie here. These are my all-time favorites, and they're very cheap. I'll link them down below. It usually takes me like 4 or 5 goes. I just gather my hair down the back, just like that, at like the nape of my neck or whatever that's called. And I'll kind of just adjust my hair, and I don't like to pull it too tight. And then I twist, I hold it with one hand. This is so awkward. And then I twist, and I twist it up into like a little bun, and this is where it can go wrong. Sometimes if you pull it straight up, you start getting a bun like too high, so you've got to like keep the bun quite low, which can be tricky for me because I'm not good at hair. And then just let it like kind of drop a little bit, like hold it in place and just let it drop. And then I like to like leave a little bit sticking out and then tie the rest up. Honestly, it usually takes me a few goes, so it might take me another go. And then once I've got this little bun, I don't know if you can see, I like to try and pull it out, and this is usually where I completely screw it up, because I'll just like completely pull it out and it looks like a little dangly sausage hanging out of my neck. Can't be bothered with bobby pins and clips and stuff, so this is just how I do it. And then I take like the actual hair and just pull so that it's nice and loose, just like that. See, it's kind of sausaging a little bit, but whatever. So just like that, and then I just take little bits from the sideburns. I like to make sure that they're quite long bits, because I like it to like kind of come down near my chest. And if you pull out too much, you just have to start again. And then I just take out some from the front like that and let it kind of sit on top of my ears. And that's how I've been wearing my hair. And every time I put up an Instagram wearing this hairstyle, you guys always say you really like it. So that's how I do my hair. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys another option. And like I said, like on an everyday basis, I literally change my lip color. At least I try to change my lip color like every single time, just because I'm just loving trying different lip colors and all sorts of different colors. So this one here though is called Nova, and it's by Lipland, lipland.com. And the color looked really cool, and kind of like a similar theme to the previous color if you just wanted like an alternative. This one is matte. I really like these Lipland liquid lipsticks. I kept a lot of them when I did my lipstick declutter video. Okay, so that's what that looks like. I'll just swatch it next to Carpe Diem. So obviously the one I'm wearing it now is a little bit more pink and brighter, like darker and brighter, rather than being muted and kind of like that greige lilac kind of undertone. This looks amazing as well. I really like the way that looks. Comment down below and let me know which one you like. I think both are absolutely beautiful. So that is how I do my makeup on an everyday basis. I will put links to everything I used in this video down below for you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I can't stop looking at my lashes. They're just like really standing out. So easy. Obviously this video is a little bit longer because I've just been explaining stuff and chatting to you guys, but on an everyday basis, like I said, you know, absolute maximum of half an hour. That's if I'm like really trying or being very slow and tired and stuff. I can seriously belt it out in like 10 minutes if I really try. It's like so easy. Especially when I do my foundation, I just use a sponge. Like I just like smack it on. Or actually another thing I've been doing in my everyday life a lot. Remember this? I did a first impression on it. I'll link it down below. The Medicube. It's such a good coverage. I've been using this a lot. I actually took this to Fiji with me as well because it's SPF 50. But this is so quick to apply. You just use your sponge and just like smack it on. So if you are looking to save time, these are really good too because they're just like, you know, you just open them and apply. Like there's no pouring or pumping or like measuring or anything. It's just like easy in my opinion. And I will talk to you guys soon. Also leave a comment if you want to give a suggestion. As always, I always read my comments. Bye.